All right, all right. It is fantasy football time. Yes, it is. Fantasy football on Sundays. You know what it is. We're not letting fantasy ruin our day. Most likely, fantasy will end up ruining our day, but that's all right. That's all right. I got you here with all starts and sits questions. We're gonna do some starts and sits. What else we will do is, if you go to our YouTube. We will answer all your questions. We will set your lineup. We will anything you need from us, we'll get to you on YouTube. So definitely do that. Comment on here too. Uh, we'll answer some of your TikTok questions. We'll answer all YouTube questions. We're gonna do starts and sits. Again, starts and sits, lineup questions, trades, everything you need. We're back here for Sunday morning. This is part one of our Sunday stream. I'm going to be going till around 11:20, 11:30. Aiden is, I'm Nick. Aiden is a guy who does most of our live streams. He's going to be going right after me. So, we'll get a little space in between us. Yeah. So, maybe I'll just talk about some until I get some questions. Talk, who's going to have a big day. For some reason, this feels like the week where you're going to get that Mike Williams boom start. Mike Williams has been such a headache to have. I mean, he was great, and now he is nearly unstartable. But I think this week against the Vikings, he goes a little crazy. I think Cordero Patterson has. There we go. We got a question. McLaurin or Keenan Allen? I know Keenan Allen's a little dinged up, but go Keenan Allen. That secondary is pretty bad. See, James Conner in the flex or Adam Thielen. I would probably go with James Conner. A, he's a running back, touch more guaranteed. B, Thielen is more of a touchdown-dependent fantasy starter. Sometimes for him, it's not always the prettiest if he doesn't catch a touchdown. Herbert or Aaron Rodgers. I normally would say, it depends on the matchup, and I would normally go with Rodgers, but given he's just coming off the COVID list, you don't know how COVID affected him when he got it. I would say Justin Herbert against the porous Minnesota secondary. Herbert looked amazing last week, and I would expect he continues to look amazing. Yeah, I definitely. Oh, you had a question? No, I didn't see your question. I got your question. If you write it down, I just didn't see it in the comments. I don't see it. No, I just see I have a question. That's about it. AJ Brown with Lattimore guarding him. I mean, it's tough, but AJ Brown is a must start in your fantasy lineup no matter what. Yeah, KT Russo, just ask one more time because I didn't see it for some reason. It's not on here. Yeah, I'm looking through the comments, can't find it. One of your questions answered. Freiermuth or Schultz? I think I'm gonna go Freiermuth. I like Schultz against Atlanta. I just think Ben's actually out. Cancel that. Give me Dalton Schultz. I guess Atlanta's a good matchup. Dawson Knox or Christian Kirk at flex. D-Hop looks like he's out. Murray, I don't know. But it seemed last week there was a certain comfortability with Colt McCoy. So, yes, go Christian Kirk, in my opinion. It's very tough for me to believe that you should start a tight end. Pick 3, full point PPR, Pittman, CD, Keenan Allen. That's it. Take those 3, Pittman, CD, Keenan Allen. Dak or Mahomes? Give me Mahomes. I think those division games, they get really heated. They get really active. Yeah, I like those division games, especially when it's Chiefs Raiders. They're always super competitive. Let's see what else we got here. Dearness or Elijah Mitchell to replace Chubb. I'd say give me Dearness. I think there's no way Dearness even leaves the field unless he's exhausted today. They lost all their running backs, and he knows the offense. He's a good player. I'll go with Dearness Johnson. Let's see what we got here. Keenan or that's a tough one. Keenan or Connor, full PPR. Keenan's a little banged up. James Conner is a decent matchup. I'd probably go with Keenan Allen because I trust him, but I'm not mad at James Conner starting as either. Dearness Johnson or Darrell Williams. Start Dearness Johnson with confidence. Jerry Jeudy or Marvin Jones. Yeah, I'd probably say start Jerry Jeudy, I trust him way more than Marvin Jones. And that Philly secondary is not very good besides Darius Slay. Alex Collins or JJ, I'm not sure who. Oh, JJ Taylor. No, just start Alex Collins. Ramondre Stevenson should be active. Ayuk or Zach Moss. Give me Ayuk. Definitely Ayuk. Jamal Williams is out. I don't know who Tom Badil is. Bombittle. I don't know who that is, but Jamal Williams is out. Will Robinson play? I don't know. Honestly, it's like a 50-50. He practiced in limited fashion on Thursday, but it didn't look great yesterday at practice when the media was there. And if he's out, Landry, Jordan Howard, I think the Eagles are committed to running the ball. And if they get down to the red zone, they will run the ball with Jordan Howard. Elijah Mitchell or Ingram, since Kamara is out. Give me Mark Ingram. I like Mark Ingram's floor a lot this week. T.Y. Hilton or Gallup. That's tough. That's a tough one. I think it's the Jaguars. So I think maybe they'll ease Hilton in a little bit as they kind of expect to win this game. So Gallup's third string coming off IR. Give me Hilton. Matt Ryan or Jalen Hurts. That's a tough one. I think I'm going to go Matt Ryan. He's been mistake-free almost all year. I like Jalen Hurts a lot, but Matt Ryan's been good as of late. I love James Conner this week. If you have him, start him unless you have somebody who's a bona fide starter. Landry or Beckham. I'd say Landry. Ayuk. Ayuk, Devonta, or Mitchell. Give me Mitchell and then Ayuk. Devonta would be last. Moss to start. Yeah, Moss will start for them today. Moss will start for them today. Let's see. Pick 2. Jefferson, Gage, Tyler Johnson. Give me Jefferson and Gage. I know Gage hasn't played much, but he does have a high floor when he plays. Do I start Keenan Allen, Corey Davis, Marvin Jones, or Ayuk? Keenan Allen. Period. That's it. Keenan Allen is the man. There. He's now the number 1. Jordan Howard or Singletary? Jordan Howard. Singletary will not be starting due to Zach Moss being active today. Eli Mitchell or Ayuk at the flex. Give me Eli Mitchell. I know Ayuk is, starting to impress again, but still Eli Mitchell. Let's see. Ingram and Henderson. Yeah, give me Henderson. Easy. That's easy. Pat's beating the Browns. I can see it. The Patriots look good. I have Hawk, Frymouth, Knox. Should I trade Hawk? Honestly, I like Dawson Knox, and he has a certain level of trust with Josh Allen. You could probably get something nice for TJ Hawkinson. Just don't trade him to one of the people that you're behind in the standings because you're kind of helping them out. Should I start Sharp, Edwards, Anderson, or Raymond? I probably would start Edwards, and then my next would be Anderson. Zach Moss, Javonte Williams, or Russell Gage. I would go Javonte Williams 1, Zach Moss 2, Russell Gage 3. I like the running back factor, and I think finally, Williams gets in the end zone this week. Drake or Gibson? Gibson. Unless Gibson's the bona fide starter, which he's not, I would go with Drake. Easily go with Drake. Sutton or Myers? Give me Sutton. It's tough, but give me Sutton. The Eagles secondary. Slay can only cover one of those guys. Jonathan Taylor or Austin Eckler. Listen, if you have to choose between Jonathan Taylor or Austin Eckler, you're better than all of us. I'm just saying. But that being said, Jonathan Taylor against Jacksonville is an awesome matchup. Gallup or Kirk? Give me Kirk. Let's see, yeah, this guy got Derrick Henry or Robert Woods. It's pretty funny, except for the guy in my league who had both of them. It's not funny for him. Antonio Gibson or Brandon Ayuk? That's a tough one. I think I'm going to go with Antonio Gibson coming off the bye week. He's a little more rested. Now, Reeser34 had a really good question. Robinson or Mark Ingram? Robinson's not fully healthy, and he's limited, very limited. Colts have a good defense. I think you go Mark Ingram, actually, believe it or not. I know I hate saying that, but he's too injured right now. Alex Collins or Carlos Hyde? If he doesn't play, James Robinson, I actually do think the Hyde play is okay with a touchdown. Otherwise, I would say Alex Collins. If Robinson's out, I would go Hyde. If he's not, go Alex Collins. Pick two: Mitchell, Ingram, or Javonte Williams. Give me Ingram and Javonte. Give me Ingram and Mitchell. I hate sitting Javonte Williams against this horrible Eagles defense, but at the same time, when you really think about touches, Mitchell and Ingram are going to guarantee more of them. So that's where I'm going to go with. Freiermuth or Jared Cook. Give me. That's a tough one. I probably would say Freiermuth. He seems to have a level of trust with Ben Roethlisberger already that's sort of impressed me. Titans or Rams defense. Go Titans. I'm telling you. If Sean Payton pulls off a win today somehow, it'll be one of the greatest coaching performances I've ever seen, because that Saints offense on paper is the worst thing I've ever seen. It's horrible. Jeudy or Manuel Sanders. Give me Jerry Jeudy. I mean, again, the Eagles can only cover. Darius Slay can only cover one of the guys, and Jeudy seems to be getting stronger every week. Wilson or Hurts? This is a good question, especially because the Packers D has been good. I'm going to go Jalen Hurts strictly for the rushing upside. No, you know what? Scratch that. Go Russell Wilson. He's Russell Wilson. He's angry that he got hurt. He wants to cook, as Russ said. Russ is ready to cook. Sit one: Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Stephon Diggs. Mike Williams will be relegated to your bench, without a doubt in my mind. Michael Carter, OBJ or Javonte. Michael Carter's got to be your guy. Debo or Deante? That's a good question. I would say Deante, believe it or not, but I'm not going to, given the fact that Big Ben is out with COVID-19. Gibson or McKissick? That's a good question. And believe it or not, I want to say start Gibson, even though I think McKissick has a better floor this week. I think Gibson can get into the end zone. Ayuk or Landry? Give me Ayuk. Ayuk's getting him on the field more. McLaurin or CeeDee Lamb. Melvin Gordon or James Robinson. That's a tough one, especially because James Robinson's banged up. And believe it or not, I'm going to say Melvin Gordon. And I hate saying that. Oh, you got to pick between JT and Najee? Yo, what is your lineup? I'll tell you that much. Honestly, with Ben out, I think I'm going to go with Jonathan Taylor. And I think everyone's like, well, they're going to run the ball. But a lot of Najee's value is because Ben dumps it off every 5 seconds. Titans defense or New England? Go Titans. Again, that Saints offense can be one of the worst I've ever seen. JJ, Debo, or Diggs. Justin Jefferson, Debo, or Diggs. That, you know what? You got embarrassment of riches, my friend. Give me Stephon. Kind of not the most popular take, but I think Jefferson's got a tough matchup this week, and we're seeing a downtick in Debo's targets due to George Kittle returning to the offense. Hopkins, Debo, Terry McLaurin. Yeah, pick McLaurin, then probably Debo. Because I think they're gonna be throwing a lot, and Hopkins probably isn't gonna play. Ingram or Josh Jacobs? Josh Jacobs. I had the same question myself. I'm choosing Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs is the highest floor of any of those sort of running backs. Wentz or Carr? That's a hard question. Give me Carson Wentz, though. I think Carson Wentz is super motivated to play this week. He's looked really good. Ertz or Henry? I gotta say, I normally would say Henry because he's been better, but you gotta go Ertz because if Henry doesn't score, he literally will get 2 points. So, Mahomes or Burrow? Mahomes, easy. Titans Saints, yeah. Thoughts on Titans Saints? I think the Saints probably have the worst offense on paper I've seen. Although with Sean Payton being Sean Payton, it wouldn't surprise me if they somehow won this game. Ramondre Stevenson or Jerry Jeudy, Dearness Johnson or Dearness Johnson or Michael Carter. Dearness Johnson. It's just because of Buffalo. That's the only reason. McCaffrey, Najee, Connor, Johnson. Pick 3. All right. So, honestly, this is a hot take. Give me McCaffrey. Give me Najee. Give me Dearness. Bench James Conner. I think Dearness won't leave the field all game. Russell Wilson or Carr. This is a tough one, especially because the weather there, it's snowing. Give me Derek Carr. Renfro, Beasley, or Kirk. Give me Hunter Renfro. I think Hunter Renfro is awesome. OBJ or Beasley. Let's see. Herbert or Stafford. This is a tough question. I think I'm going to go with Matthew Stafford. He's been great all year. You can't go away from him. Debo or Justin Jefferson. It's a tough one. I think I'm going to go with Justin Jefferson just because I think his targets are more guaranteed than Debo's right now, given the fact that Jimmy Graham is back. Or Jimmy Graham. I said Jimmy Graham. George Kittle is back. Ayuk or Van Jefferson. This is a tough one, and this is one I've struggled with all week. I think I'm going to go with Ayuk. I know Woods is out, but I still think OBJ has some sort of role. Jameson Crowder, OBJ. That's a tough one. I think I'm going to go Crowder. I think, he knows the offense. OBJ doesn't know the offense yet. Diggs or Debo? Stephon Diggs. Van Jefferson or Renfro. Carter or McKissick? Carter. Ramondre Stevenson or Donovan Peoples-Jones? Give me Stevenson. I think Bolden Stevenson have a good game today. Whatever one, gets in the end zone is the one you want. Dawson Knox or Kittle? George Kittle, you can't say Kittle. Jonathan Taylor or Kamara? Kamara's out, so you got to start Jonathan Taylor. Van Jefferson or Michael Carter in the flex? Give me Michael Carter. Should I do Aaron Jones for Knox and Deante? Depends how desperate you are. I don't love that trade. Depends how desperate you are at wide receiver and tight end. Michael Carter or Devonta Smith, full PPR. Michael Carter. Judy or OBJ, Judy. DJ Moore, Stevenson, DJ Moore. I know DJ Moore has been so annoying, but as soon as Cam gets back in, DJ Moore's going to be back. I promise. What will Jordan Howard do today? Honestly, I have Jordan Howard for around 15 carries for 40 yards and a touchdown. So that's what I expect. OBJ, Van, or Elijah Moore. Give me Van Jefferson. I think he's going to take the Woods role before OBJ can because OBJ doesn't know the offense. Ramondre Stevenson and Michael Carter. Michael Carter. You got to start Michael Carter. You don't really have a choice. I mean, Michael Carter's been great. Allen or Brady? That's a tough question. Brady, 100% of the time, though. Washington's defense is horrible. Brian Edwards or A.J. Green? Go A.J. Green. If Murray plays, go Brian Edwards if he doesn't. Debo, Renfro, Myers, or Freiermuth for flex? Debo. You can't. You have to start Debo unless you have an embarrassment of riches. Godwin or Lockett? Godwin's expected to play with a foot. I just don't Lockett's back first game with Russ. I think maybe there'll be a little bit of magic there. But I still got to go Godwin. Higher floor. Wentz or Tannehill? Wentz. Playing Jacksonville. Easy. McKissick or Nyheim Hines? McKissick. I think McKissick actually has a pretty good day today. J-Rob or Zach Moss? Honestly, that's tough. I'm going to say Zach Moss just because I don't know how healthy J-Rob is. What should I expect from Ayuk? I think you should expect around 15 points. 15 points. I think that's fair. I think, getting on the board with maybe 5-6 catches, maybe getting into the end zone, I think that's what you should expect from him. Marvin Jones Jr., AJ Green, or Elijah Moore? Marvin Jones. This is one of the week where Marvin Jones goes crazy. Without Murray, I don't love the Falcons receivers besides Christian Kirk. Josh Jacobs or Moss? Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs has, again, one of the highest floors. Darrell Williams or Mark Ingram? That's a tough one. I think, actually, you're going to have to go Williams. I know the Chiefs use him a lot to catch passes out of the backfield. Evans, Williams, Renfro, pick two. Give me Evans, give me Renfro. I love Renfro. If it's Mike Williams, I say Mike Williams, though, actually. Because I didn't know what. Oh, YouTube comment. Tyler, thank you. All right. So Tyler on YouTube says, I just traded Carson and Cooks for Robinson, basically on accident, and I think it's a massive L. I mean, Cooks for Robinson isn't that bad. Carson, to me, okay, so Carson's coming back, but to me, Chris Carson doesn't really hold much value given the fact that he's always injured. Tyler, you could be okay. You're gonna lose Cooks, but when Robinson's healthy, he's James Robinson. That's 16 to 20 a week. I'm not too worried about what Chris Carson's gonna do. I don't think he's that great. Tyler, thank you for commenting on the TikTok. My phone was blocking it. I didn't see. I appreciate the sub, Tyler. Alex on YouTube. There we go. We got some YouTube comments. Guys, you want your comment guaranteed answered, go on YouTube and type it. Sub to the channel and type it. Pick two. Moss, Stevenson, Devonta Smith, Dylan, Alex Collins, PPR. Give me Moss. And give me Devonta Smith's a tough play considering who they're playing with in Denver. I'm gonna go Alex Collins. Moss, Alex Collins. Oh yeah, Tyler. There's nothing. That's what you had to do, Tyler. Yeah, that's what you had to do. But yeah, Alex on YouTube, I would definitely say go Zach Moss, go Alex Collins. Jack, thank you, Jack, for commenting. Make sure you guys sub to the channel when you comment too, because I usually won't see your comment unless you sub. So, Jack, thank you. Tyler, thank you. Alex, Jack, Carr or Tannehill? I would probably go with Derek Carr. I know Tannehill. They should kill the Saints today, but unfortunately, I don't think that that Saints defense is going to give up. They don't give up. So I'm definitely going to say go with Derek Carr. That's always a shootout. BRain27 on YouTube, thank you for commenting. IJ Salty, thanks, guys. Let's see, Alex Collins or Jordan Howard. This is a tough one. I'm going to go with Alex Collins just because of the weather. It's snowing there. They're going to have to run the ball, and I like the idea of the Seahawks in the snow, ground and pound. That's what they used to do. All right, IJ Salty over on YouTube. Again, guys, guaranteed question answer on YouTube. So go to YouTube and sub and then comment, and I'll get your answer every time. Moss, Ayuk, or Van Jefferson at flex. You know what? I actually really like the idea of Brandon Ayuk at your flex today. I do. I think they got a lot to deal with now with their offense being healthy, and I think Ayuk's gonna have a field day now. All right, Tyler had a trade of D-Hop for Lenny and Smith, but it got vetoed. Yeah, I feel bad for you. I hate veto leagues. My league is horrible. They veto every time somebody sneezes, so it's pretty bad. Aaron Jones and Lockett for Beasley, A.J. Brown, and someone else. You got to get a run. If you're getting someone else, you got to get a running back in that deal. Unless you're stacked at running back, you got to get a running back in that deal. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Thanks for commenting, Beast Mode. Coral, thank you guys for commenting. Make sure you sub to the channel. Pick 2, A.J. Brown, Mike Evans, and C.D. Lamb. Give me Mike Evans and C.D. Lamb. I don't love A.J. Brown versus Lattimore. I'm not sure how that will go. Thanks, Beast Mode, for the comment. Coral, pick 2, Sanders, Marvin Jones, Deante Harris, Russell Gage. Give me Russell Gage and Russell Gage and Marvin Jones. I think this is a Marvin Jones random touchdown week. Dre Breezy, thank you for commenting. Brenner, Brenner, you are stacked at running back. Okay, then try to get somebody of mid value there. I do like both of your guys that you're getting instead of Lockett. But Coral asked, Coral, we got you, OBJ or Deante Harris. That's a tough one. I'm going to go OBJ because I don't trust the Saints. No problem, Beast Mode. Thank you. Remember, guys, you sub to the channel. We answer all your questions. I'll even set your lineup for you. Herbert or Stafford? Yeah, for this one, I'm going to go Stafford. I've had this question before, Josh, and Stafford is the thing for me. Javonte Williams or Gibson or A.J. Dillon. This is a tough one, but with that Bucs offense or that Bucs defense and their offense always scoring and that defensive line being great, Javonte Williams is a better option because, first of all, the Eagles can't tackle. And second of all, I think he gets into the end zone this week. Thing is, the trade went through. I had Lenny in for 3 days, and then they said we had the votes to veto. Oh, that's horrible. Tyler, I am so sorry. That's horrible. Yeah, I can't stand leagues that do that. I got to say it. Vetoes should only be used if someone's trying to collude the league, trying to give everyone their good players for nothing. That is veto. I don't like, other things like that. Yeah, CEH doesn't look like he's playing tonight. He wasn't activated in time, I don't think. Beast Mode says, I also have Diggs. Should I start him? I would start Stephon Diggs. I know the Jets matchup isn't great, but the Bills are probably really angry with the way they played for last week. Yeah, only for collusion. That's the only way I see it fit. A trade should be vetoed. Lockett or Judy? This is a tough one. Give me Lockett with Wilson back, though. I know it's winter and the snow, but, something about Russ cooking with Tyler Lockett. It's Bond Random. Bond, thank you for commenting. Make sure you sub to the channel. Odell or Alex Collins? Give me Alex Collins. Odell doesn't know the whole offense yet. He needs some time. Let's see who else we got here. The real Utah Jazz in New Jersey. Sanders or Ayuk? This is a tough one. I think I'm going to go with Ayuk. I like Ayuk's floor this week. I really do. I think Ayuk is back to form. Aaron Jones for Knox and Deante. Brenner, yeah. Aaron Jones for Knox. Yeah, if you're stacked at running back, I guess that's okay. It's a tough trade for me personally because I don't like giving up running backs, and I know how annoying. Oh, it's non-PPR. I'd still say Ayuk though. I'd still say Ayuk for real to Utah Jazz. Do you think AJ don't have another good week versus the Seahawks? I do. I do. I think Aaron Jones, like this goes back to that whole last thing we were just talking about. I think Aaron Jones kind of has it tough right now. He's not getting the volume that we thought he might get. AJ Dillon's really inserted himself into the offense. I do like AJ Dillon today in the snow. He's the kind of big body, heavy ground and pound running back. Jonathan Heap, thank you for commenting that. Ghetto Ninja, pick 2, Michael Carter, OBJ, Ayuk, Marvin Jones. Give me Carter and Ayuk. OBJ doesn't really know the offense again. Marvin Jones could have a good day, but I don't trust the Jaguars. They're the Jaguars. Tom Brady or Dak Prescott, I'm leaving Brady. Yeah, leave Brady. Brady. Got to be Brady. He's playing Washington. They rank 31st against fantasy quarterbacks. Thank you for commenting that, Payson. Make sure you sub to the channel, guys. Make sure you sub. I can't answer unless you sub. Marek says pick 2. Diggs, Evans, Pittman Jr. This is a tough one. I think you got to go Mike Evans for sure. And as much as it pains me to not say Michael Pittman, because I love Michael Pittman, I got to go Stephon Diggs. He's a known commodity. He's guaranteed points. Swift, Dearness Johnson, or Mark Ingram. Which 2 should I start? Start Swift, start Dearness Johnson. Dearness Johnson shouldn't come off the field all day today. He shouldn't. Sorry about that. Dryon, thank you for the comment. Tyler again says Swift and Johnson. Tyler's right. Go with him. Gibson or Alex Collins. Give me Antonio Gibson. Gibson's a tough matchup, but I trust him more than Alex Collins. Mario says, thank you for the comment, Mario. Make sure you guys all sub. So Mario says, with Big Ben out, should I start Deante at flex or go with Judy or Gibson? I think you still got to start Deante. Rudolph and Deante have a little bit of a chemistry from a couple years ago when Ben was out. I think you should stick with it. Let's see. Jonathan says you think AJ Dillon over Javonte Williams to the flex. I actually like Javonte Williams to the flex more. However, I do like the idea of AJ Dillon. If you need a spot start, someone's out. You'd say you have James Robinson, you have nobody on your bench. AJ Dillon will be a good spot start. However, I would still go with Javonte Williams. I think he gets into the end zone. Dearness Johnson or Michael Carter. Give me Dearness Johnson. Again, he shouldn't be leaving the field. I don't think he'll be leaving the field really at all. Yeah, if you guys remember, guys, you want your questions answered, go on to YouTube. I'll answer some TikTok, all YouTube. So you got a chance on TikTok. You got a guarantee on YouTube. Nicholas says Mike Williams or Ayuk. Nick, that's a tough question. I struggle with that one all the time, but I'm going to go with Mike Williams. I think today is his boom week. But if you need solidified points, I think Ayuk's your guy. Pick 2, Zeke, Aaron Jones, Cordero Patterson. Give me Zeke. Give me Patterson. No. Yeah, give me Zeke and give me Patterson. I don't want to bench Aaron Jones. Like, that's just stupid to me. But at the same time, like, I understand it's snowing and they're going to run the ball. It's just Patterson is guaranteed. I think Patterson's guaranteed, and Atlanta doesn't do great at stopping the run. So I think Zeke has another good day, even though he's a little nicked up. Thank you for the comment, Marek. Dryon says Pittman or Ingram for the flex. Yeah, Michael Pittman Jr. Michael Pittman Jr. I mean, I love what that kid's doing in his, in this year. It's awesome. It really is. Remember, I just want to say thank you guys all for commenting. You comment on YouTube, you're guaranteed an answer. So just sub and you got an answer. Let's see what we got here. So, all right, we got start 2, Gibson, OBJ, Mitchell, and Collins. It's a must-win week. Yeah, I feel you. I'm one of my leagues. I've been killed with injuries, and this is a must-win for me. Gibson, OBJ, Mitchell, Collins. Pick 2. I'm gonna pick Eli Mitchell, and I'm gonna pick Antonio Gibson, just because Gibson's the guy who will get the goal line touches in Washington if they get down there. And Eli Mitchell is guaranteed touches. See, Ben says Keenan Allen or Darrell Henderson at the flex. This is a really tough question, especially because I love Darrell Henderson. I think he's got a great floor. They trust him, but I think Keenan Allen is Mike Williams. Almost said Mike Williams. Keenan Allen instead of Mike Williams is Justin Herbert's go-to guy. So I would definitely go with Keenan Allen. especially in a huge game like this against Minnesota. And even though Minnesota's like 3-5 or 3-6, they're always in these games, and it's going to be a close one again today. Let's see. P Gumto says Deante or AJ Brown. I go, I actually would normally say AJ Brown, but this year's been a little bit of a weird year for AJ Brown, and I know Ben's out, but I'd still go with Deante Johnson. Mad Mike says Patterson or Mitchell and Russ or Hurts. So I'm going to go Patterson, and I'm going to go with Russell Wilson just because it's first game back, and I think he's a little amped up. Solomon says, if you can only start 2, Lockett, OBJ, Renfro. Lockett, Renfro, easy. I don't think OBJ is ready with that. He doesn't know the offense fully yet. Zach Tugger says, pick 2, Mike Williams, DJ Moore, Deante Pittman. Give me Pittman. Give me DJ Moore. But it's tough. I'm okay with sitting Deante. I don't love it, but I'm okay with it for a guy like Michael Pittman and DJ Moore. Rate this team, 12-man PPR. All right, Tyler, let's rate your team. Herbert, CMC, Mixon, Jefferson, Godwin, Debo, Andrews, Sutton, Myers. That's a really good team. I'm going to give that team an A-. I'm a little bit of a tough grader here. I think you have a bit of boomer bust at running back, especially with the injury history of both of them. I like your receivers, although I think Godwin takes a down tick and Debo takes a down tick with guys returning to the lineups. Judy, Deante, and Justin Jefferson. Pick 2. Give me JJ, give me Deante. Easy. Remember, guys, make sure you sub to the channel. Thank you for the comment, Dryon. TJ says Melvin Gordon or Dearness Johnson. If you have him, you start him. I don't care who you got. You start Dearness Johnson. Start him over Josh Jacobs if you need to. A-Rod or Russ for the Russell Wilson. They're playing each other, too. That's a tough one. But I trust the Packers defense more than the Seahawks, so give me Rodgers. Yeah, Tyler, it is a good team. I tell you, Tyler, you're doing pretty well for yourself. DJ Moore, Michael Carter at flex. This is tough, but give me Michael Carter. I think the touches are more guaranteed, especially with a backup quarterback for Carolina. Jose says best NFL defense this past decade. Honestly, the best defense I've seen in this past decade probably got to be the Patriots from a couple years ago. If you're talking fantasy-wise, they were unbelievable. Jacob says Mike Williams or Fournette at flex. Fournette. I think Washington's horrible, and I think their defense is really bad. Patterson, Mitchell, and Russ or Hurts. Give me Patterson. Give me Russ. And Patterson, give me Russ. For Mad Mike. Thank you, Mad Mike, for the comment. Let's see what we got here. Do you think Eno will get enough work to start my lineup? I don't think so. I don't see him taking over the Chase Edmonds role, unfortunately. Just make sure I'm not missing any of your comments, guys. I want to get all your should I start Dearness over Fournette? You don't want to start $3. I'm actually okay with the Buck stack. I would start Fournette. Believe it or not, I don't usually like stacking same teams, but with this week, yeah, Mike Williams and Fournette. Amari Cooper or DJ Moore. This is a tough one, especially because of the inconsistencies of both guys. I'm going to say Amari Cooper, just because he's got the better quarterback right now. I love Swift this weekend, Ryan. Sorry, some dying over here. Yeah, Dryan, I love Swift this weekend. No matter what, you got to start Swift because he's oh man, just getting over a cold, so talking a lot's killing me. Sorry, guys. All right, so let's get back to it. Alex Collins or Gibson? Give me Antonio Gibson. I trust him more than Alex Collins. Yeah, LOB. I appreciate that, Jose, but I think the Patriots, I guess, actual defense, yeah. Jacob says Carson Wentz or Pat Mahomes. I think I'm going to go with Pat Mahomes in a division game. I think he understands he needs to play better. What RB or running back can I get for Andrews? I already have Waller. You can get like somebody good. Like I'm not even kidding you. You can get a top, not top tier, not the Cook, Kamara, not those guys, but that second tier of running backs, the Joe Mixon. You can get Joe Mixon for Mark Andrews, and I don't think you should ask for anything less. Roach Cheetah says, "What do you think of Titans Saints?" I think the Titans are gonna whoop them today, and I like the Saints too. I like to root for the Saints, but with everybody out, Eli Mitchell, Darrell Williams, Mark Ingram. Give me here's a tough one. Give me Darrell Williams. Give me Eli Mitchell, just because they're the known commodities here. Mark Ingram is aging. They all have really good floors. All right, we're gonna rate a couple. Right before I'm gonna rate Brenner's team and Tyler's team, but first I'm gonna answer Ben's question. Do you think Big Ben being out is gonna affect Najee? I do. It's actually gonna hurt him, believe it or not. Receiving wise, I think they're gonna run the ball a lot more though. They're gonna run the ball. Make sure you guys sub to the channel. We really need the subs. We're just trying to start up here. We're a brand new startup, so we're trying to get all your. We've been booming on TikTok, but YouTube's been tough sledding, so I really appreciate any subs you guys give us. So rate team: Dak, Aaron Jones, Darrell Henderson, Diggs, Lockett, Ayuk, James Robinson. You're really deep here, Brenner. I'm not sure who your tight end is, but you're really deep here. I like the running back in Darrell Henderson. Aaron Jones is really inconsistent. And I'm struggling to find consistency with Tyler Lockett. And Diggs is not booming enough. Let's see this other rate my team: Russ, Mike Davis, Robinson, Lockett, D-Hop, Waller, Sanders, Marvin Jones. Yeah. Oh, Henry. I'm so sorry. Tony. This is a league I'm swimming to stay alive. And yeah, when you lose a guy like that, it's tough, especially when you have to start Mike Davis. And I thought the world of Mike Davis last year, what he did, but nobody really expected him to do that in Atlanta. All right, so let's get back to the questions. Let's see. Yeah, we already answered that one. Eli Mitchell and Darrell Williams over Mark Ingram. Do you think I can get for Carson and Michael Carter? Honestly, I'm guessing if you're trading two running backs, you don't need another one. But if you are trying to get a running back for Michael Carter and Carson, maybe a Joe Mixon or David Montgomery packaged with a wide receiver like. Trying to think, wide receiver. Maybe. I mean, I know CD's such a big name, but it's guy who produces around CD Lamb. Montgomery on bench. I love David Montgomery, guys. If you were on our live yesterday, I think he can win you your league if you can get him at the right price. And Eli Mitchell. That's pretty good, Tyler, actually. Brenner and Tyler, you guys have decent lineups. Just injuries, terrible. Eli Mitchell thoughts tonight. I like Eli Mitchell tonight. I think I believe it's tomorrow, right? Versus the Rams, or I don't know. Whenever they're playing. I like Eli Mitchell. I think they trust him and they have a full trust in him. You saw even when Hasty came back, Mitchell's their guy, and I think they're going to stick with Mitchell. I like Elijah Mitchell. Rate this team from Zelfer. Thank you, Zelfer, for the comment. Make sure you sub to the channel. Brady, Gibson, Aaron Jones, Adams, Allen, Knox, Thielen, Cowboys D, Nick Folk. It's a good team. Again, the only problem is for a lot of us, Antonio Gibson stinks. He stinks. He needs to get going. We need him to get going. I like that team a lot, actually, though. You got great volume wide receivers and just it's too boomer bust at running back right now. And I understand it's tough. It's tough, especially when there's so many inconsistent people. All right, the Bald Head. Thank you for commenting. I hope you subbed as well. I'll rate your team. Sure. So we got Herbert, Diggs, Jefferson, Cook, Eckler, Kittle, Henderson. That team's a 10 out of 10. 10-man full PPR. I don't know who you're playing with, but they messed up letting you get a team like that. That is awesome. And, it's crazy. It looks like one of my teams, but I'm not going to get into that because I'm somehow 3-6. Let's see. Judy or Dylan in the flex if J-Rob is out. I like Jerry Judy better. I do. I don't think, again, Slay can't cover both of them at once. Thank you for the comment, Andrew. Make sure you hit that sub button. Roach has got Lamar, Zeke, Patterson, Adams, Cooper. Oh, yes. Kittle, DJ Moore, Montgomery. Yeah, that's a good team. And Roachita, you got a lot of options. You got a lot of options, especially with, if guys go down and you have so much depth, it looks good. Eli Mitchell or Gibson? I go Eli Mitchell. I think I still don't trust Gibson, and I think Eli Mitchell's got a pretty good floor. Let's see who else we got here. Shmurda, Deante Johnson, Stephon Diggs, or James Conner. Start two. Start Diggs, start James Conner. I don't love sitting Deante Johnson, but with Ben out, I think that made your choice for you. Chiefs or Raiders tonight. I think the Raiders are kind of annoyed that they lost to the Giants, and I think they're going to put out their best foot, but I think the Chiefs are either they're figuring out on defense or they just played the Giants and the Packers, which is they just played the Giants and the Packers without Rodgers. So they're kind of in this weird spot. I think if the Chiefs show up tonight like the Chiefs the last 2 years, they will win. If they don't show up with that A game, they will get trampled. Let's see. Pitts or Kittle. This is a tough one. I've been asked this one yesterday too. I hate sitting great players. I do. Gotta sit George Kittle. I hate it. You gotta sit George Kittle though. I mean, I trust Kyle Pitts more. And especially because the last few years, George Kittle has been struggling. He has. He struggled with his consistency, frankly. All right, so yeah, 3-6 because Gibson isn't doing anything. I feel you. All right, anti-social hezzy. So let's see what you got. Thank you for the comment. Make sure you guys sub to the channel and follow the TikTok channel. We appreciate it. Rate my team, full 10 PPR. We got Mahomes, Mixon, Nick Chubb, Tyreek Hill, Amari Cooper, Dalton Schultz, David Montgomery, Ridley on the bench. Yeah, I hope Ridley's doing okay. You know, mental health is nothing to joke about. I hope he feels good and he feels ready to come back soon. But I really like your team. I think you got some good guys at running back. David Montgomery at your flex can win you that league without a doubt in my mind. Keenan Allen, Pittman, and Mark Ingram. Keenan Allen, Pittman, and Mark Ingram, Mitchell need one receiver and one of the other three at flex. Allen's a must start, and I think you got to start Pittman as well. Pittman's told you that he is the man. Like, Pittman is the guy. Michael Pittman Jr. has solidified himself as a top 10 fantasy receiver this year. So, got to keep going with it. The bald head says, I lost Woods and Henry in another league. So, who can I get Jonathan Taylor for? Oof. Yeah. Jonathan Taylor, I love Jonathan Taylor. I would always try to trade for him. I never trade him away. He's really tough. If you're trying to get Taylor, if you're trying to trade Taylor, I'd say don't do it. But if you're trying to get Jonathan Taylor, I would probably say a David Montgomery and a Tyler Lockett, or Joe Mixon and Tyler Lockett. Those are kind of guys that maybe you can get. And if you're looking to trade away Mixon, ask for a David Montgomery, or ask for a Joe Mixon, and ask for a better receiver than Lockett, just because, you got to maximize your return on this. Stevenson or Javonte Williams? Javonte Williams. I really like Javonte Williams today. Did I win this trade? Matt says. Thank you, Matt, for commenting. Owen, thank you as well. Make sure you guys sub to the channel. Did I win this trade? Antonio Brown and Najee for Godwin and Robinson. With AB's injury, I love AB too. It's a tough trade, honestly. I'm not sure. I'm guessing you received Godwin and Robinson. It's not the return I would love, especially because Robinson's hurt. I think, when AB is back, unfortunately, AB gets the majority of the targets on the team. And Najee Harris is actually like a top 5 points per game fantasy running back. It's a tough sell. It's a tough sell for me. Sorry, I got to answer this random text. Let's see what we got here. Team. Yeah, I'll rate this team. Thank you for commenting, Matt. I appreciate it. Make sure you guys follow the TikTok, sub the YouTube. We love subs on the YouTube. It really, makes our work, we've been doing this for a while, having some trouble picking up, but I really appreciate all you guys today commenting. Derek Carr, Josh Jacobs, Henderson, Diggs, Hopkins, Gronk, Cordell Pat. I like this team. I think you're a little Raider heavy here. But I think Derek Carr's having a pretty good year, and I like him. I like Josh Jacobs, believe it or not. He hasn't had this, boom week, but I think Josh Jacobs has a good floor. Yeah, Raiders D. You're definitely a Raiders fan. Yeah, I'm a Giants fan. Yeah, we beat you last week. I'm so sorry. I actually am apologetic. I didn't want to win that game, but I'll take any wins we can get. What do you think of Bills Jets? I think the Bills could be in for a rude awakening today if they play poorly again on offense because the defense looks great, but I think they'll be all right. Do you think Seahawks make the wild card this year now that Russ is back? They're only a game out. Yeah, you know what? They are my sleeper team to make the playoffs right now. I don't think Saints and I don't think that the Falcons will hang in there. I think there's a team lurking on the outside. Like I don't know if San Fran can get right, and they have such a tough schedule. If New York can get right, the Giants. If San Fran can get right, if the Seahawks can get right, there's 2 spots to be had in my opinion. Boston Scott or Stevenson. Hey, the bald head. I appreciate you. Thank you for commenting. Boston Scott or Ramondre Stevenson. I would probably go with Ramondre Stevenson. Boston Scott seems to be taking the back seat to Jordan Howard, who's doing a great job. He's doing a great job. Tyler Heineke or ride with Kyler. That's tough. I don't like Heineke at all, but Kyler's injured. So if Kyler plays, you got to start Kyler. You don't have a choice. You really don't. Any of you guys on TikTok, guarantee your question being answered by just going to click our bio, go to our YouTube, just click the sub button and comment it on the YouTube video. You're guaranteed to answer. CeeDee Lamb or Aaron Jones the flex for Gianmarco. Gianmarco, I'd probably say Aaron Jones just because you know it's a snow game out there and they're at home. It's a bit high stakes game. They just came off a loss. Aaron Jones. Gibson or Collins? Yeah, I can't believe it's come to this point with Antonio Gibson, but yeah, Gibson. Let's see. The bald head said on YouTube, should I be worried about Chubb when Hunt is back? I have both. Should I keep both or trade them away? Oh. If you could somehow, and I don't know how you'll be able to do this, the bald head. Thank you for commenting. Coley Blythe will get to you, and Twiston will get to you right after. I think if you could trade away both and get a really good return, it'd be awesome. If I had to choose one to keep, I know Hunt was just hurt, but it'd probably be Hunt just because he has a receiving upside. It's so difficult. You can get so much more for Chubb. And him and Hunt are like this. They're like the same thing to me. All right. Twiston, I'm going to get to you right after Coley Blythe. Connor, Jacobs, or Cooper. Oh, it's a tough one. That's a tough one. I think I'm going to go with James Conner. He's got the boom potential here. Josh Jacobs has the better floor, and Amari Cooper, I don't trust. Twiston said Ertz or Higbee. I think Tyler Higbee, especially because I think Colt McCoy's playing today, so I would go Tyler Higbee. Colt McCoy's playing quarterback for the Cardinals. Stafford is healthy. Matt C, thank you, Matt C, for commenting. Thank you, Twiston. Coley, thank you for commenting. Make sure you sub. Thielen, Judy, or Emmanuel Sanders at flex. I have JJ starting as well. Take that into account. Always start Justin Jefferson. He's awesome. But I wouldn't start Thielen because the Chargers could be a really tough game this week. Give me Jerry Judy. Michael, thank you for commenting, Michael. Michael says Van Jefferson, Zach Moss, Mike Williams, or Deante Johnson. Wow. You have an embarrassment of riches on your bench, don't you? Tyler says PS or Xbox. Yeah, we're Xbox people around here. So Michael, I think to your question, I think I'm going to answer. I don't love Van Jefferson. I think Mike Williams is your guy, and he's so boomer bust, and he's been really tough. But one thing I will say, of course, Matt, no problem. Thank you for commenting. Just make sure you sub to that channel. The only problem I have with Mike Williams, obviously, is boomer bust. Deante with no Ben, I trust obviously Justin Herbert over Mason Rudolph. Mike Williams. Thank you, the bald head. Thank you, Matt C. We appreciate it. Any comment, any love you give us, we really, really appreciate it, and we'll give that love right back. We'll help you with anything you guys need. Over here on the TikTok, we got Michael Carter or Devonta Smith. Give me Michael Carter. Lockett or Gage. Give me Lockett. Deante or Debo. Give me Debo. Walker or Murray. Murray if Murray plays. Otherwise, you got to go with Walker. Javonte or J-Rob. Give me J-Rob's probably not going to play. I have this bad feeling. So I think go Javonte. Coley wants his team rated, so we're going to rate his team right after I answer that you should start Dawson Knox over Noah Fant for Beto Gum 1. Rate my team. So we got Kyler and Herbert at quarterback. That's really good. Aaron Jones, CMC, Pittman, Cup. So you're like winning your league, Coley, huh? Like you're just winning it? Like, look at this. This is ridiculous. CMC and Aaron Jones. I'm guessing you bought low on CMC. Very smart. Cooper Cup, Michael Pittman. That's some duo. James Conner, Amari Cooper, and Thielen at flex. I tell you, Coley, nice. That's a great lineup. Yeah, you know what? I got a lineup that'll blow your mind, and it's in an 8-man. It's in an 8-man, not a 10-man, but I'll blow your mind, and it's 3-5 or 3-6. It's just been a weird year. Jordan says Cole Beasley or Jarvis. Thank you for commenting, Jordan. Make sure you hit that sub button. I would probably say Cole Beasley. I trust him more. Jason Smith, thank you for commenting, Jason. Make sure you hit that sub button. Rondell Moore will play today. Kyler and D-Hop just breaking right now. Our true game time, D-Hop is less likely to play than Kyler, and Kyler's not really likely to play in the first place. But Jason says Van, Ayuk, or Jarvis Landry. I think, Jason, you should definitely go with Brandon Ayuk. I trust Brandon Ayuk more. Yeah, Coley, I feel you. In an 8-man right now, I'm looking at Herbert, Cook, Kamara. I got Jefferson. I got Stephon Diggs. I got Kelsey now. I traded for Kelsey. I mean, my flexes are DK and Josh Jacobs, and I'm 3-6. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's a weird year. Just because you're stacked doesn't mean you're always winning games, unfortunately. Let's see what we got. What about the Panthers with Kyler mostly out? Yeah, Kyler's most likely out. So the Panthers look pretty good today. Mike Williams or Justin Jefferson? I would definitely go with Justin Jefferson. I trust him way more than Mike Williams. Yeah, Matt C is right. Ayuk is definitely on the up and up, especially because he's out of the doghouse. Like, he was in Kyle Shanahan's doghouse all year. Thank you, Corey. I appreciate it, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. But yeah, again, with Ayuk, it's really important to remember that in the beginning of the year, he wasn't working hard in training camp, and they didn't reward him with snaps. They didn't. So now the fact that he's worked his butt off and he's played well, they're giving him more snaps. If you look 2 weeks ago, his snap count went up to 90% of the offensive snaps, which is awesome. All right, so we got a YouTube comment. Nick, thank you for commenting. Make sure you hit that sub button. Yo, Mark Ingram or Javonte Williams today. This is a tough one. I'm going to go Mark Ingram just because the Saints are going to need him today, and in order for them to even have a chance, they're going to lean on Mark Ingram because they have nothing else. They really have nothing else. Wilson or Herbert? Russell Wilson. Hurts or Carr? Tough one. Derek Carr, though. Derek Carr. Pick 2. Debo, Williams, Thielen. Give me Debo and Williams. I hate sitting Thielen, but he's touchdown dependent, period. Zip. That's it. He's touchdown dependent, so it is what it is. Do you think T.Y. Hilton is worth the pickup just to see if he gets back to what he was? Yeah, Jason, if you have the space, it's always good to take chances on guys. If you have the space, go for it. Stevenson or Sutton, give me Sutton. Rogers or Wilson, give me Rogers. Javonte Williams or Alex Collins, give me Javonte. Marquez Callaway or Tyler Johnson, give me Tyler Johnson. And it's just Callaway's been so disappointing for me. Again, guys, thank you for all your comments. Thank you for watching the live. We're going to get another live too, actually, in probably 45 minutes. Aiden always does his Sunday live. I'm Nick. Aiden's the other guy you'll see in probably half an hour. Yeah, so we really appreciate everything. Do I still start Steelers D when I'm starting Hawkinson? Yeah, you do. It's still Detroit. Lockett or Moore? I hope that's DJ. If it's DJ. If it's Rondale, Lockett. 10-man Jordan Height. Thank you for commenting, Jordan. Make sure you hit that sub button. But let me answer this for you. This is your let's rate your team. All right, so let's rate your team. 10-man starters for Jordan. We got Josh Allen, Kenyon Drake, Jonathan Taylor. All right, that's a good start with JT. Drake's a little tough. Adams, Cup. Woo! And then flex. Your tight end is Kyle Pitts. Oh, your flex is Jamar Chase. Oh my god. That team is disgusting. You can literally overcome. Thank you, Jordan. I appreciate it, the sub. But, Jordan, that team is awesome. You can overcome what you're losing at RB2 with Kenyon Drake, with Jamar Chase at flex, Kyle Pitts at tight end. That's an awesome lineup. The Bald Head is back. Yes, don't leave. Don't leave, Bald Head. We like you here. And thank you for the sub and the like. I really appreciate it. Rate my other team. Murray, Taylor, Chubb, Mike Williams, Pittman, Waller, Scary Terry, and Judy. That's pretty good. Double flex, I'm guessing. I like double flex leagues. On my bench, I have Mark Andrews and Corey Davis. Wow. Yeah. That's why. Yeah, if what you could do on this team, because you could do a lot here. I think what you should do is try to trade away. If you can get Chubb, like okay, so let's say you can get this kid. This guy's got Devontae Adams, right? And you can give him Chubb, Mark Andrews. You can get Devontae Adams and a huge piece with him. Maybe another running back. That might be really really good, depending on if that guy needs a tight end. You can do a lot with this lineup. Tyler, what should I trade D Hop for, or should I hold? Yeah, thank you, Jordan. Again, I appreciate it. Jordan the Balta, thank you guys so much. Tyler, it's really tough right now because D Hop's value has never been lower. And I think you got to hold him for now. Wait for him to come back, have a big week, and then try to trade him if you can. It's really tough. You're going to get pennies on the dollar for him right now. It's really not worth it. Start Lockett this week. I would start Lockett this week. I like Lockett. Let's see. He has 48 left. Deante. He has 48 left. He has Deante, CMC, Najee, Raiders kicker. I would say CMC and Najee is a guarantee for around 44. Deante is a little iffy with a quarterback, so I would probably say maybe 15. So you're looking at around 59 plus the kicker, probably 7 points, 6 points. You're probably looking at around 66, 65 points with those guys. Antonio Gibson, don't love him, but if you drafted him high, you're gonna have to start him, unfortunately. Deante or Mike Williams. I think Mike Williams is gonna have a huge day today. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. Minnesota's defense is not great in the secondary. They allow a lot of big plays, and this game should be a shootout. Rate this trade: Adams and James Robinson for Debo and Swift. This is actually a pretty fair trade. Now, Debo's going to take a down tick, but I think Swift is worlds better than James Robinson. Talent-wise, obviously, that's why he was drafted that early. And the other part of it is the lines are always down, and Swift is a receiving back at heart, so they always throw him the ball. Chubb being out really claps me if I lose. Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, D-E-Y, I don't know how to say it. I guess it's day. Yeah, that's tough. Oh, that is tough. Yeah, for a guy in our league, unfortunately, he has the least points scored, and he's in like third place. But he's got nobody this week. He's got Mixon on bye. He just lost Chubb. It's tough. It's tough right out here right now. The Baldhead says, I have to start Alex Collins today because Chubb is out with COVID still projected to win. I like that. That's good for you. I mean, you look at your lineup. It's not surprising. I mean, that lineup's good. That's really good. But yeah, I mean, the COVID thing, yeah, you at least scored your 63. I have the most points against me right now, and I am near last. I am in 7th place out of 8, and it's just because I had the most points scored against me. I had like the second or third most points for, but I've had 180. I've had 170 plus dropped on my head for the last 5 weeks. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do if I can't score. If I can't score that much, I lose. It's tough sometimes. No problem. Thank you so much for comments about that. I really appreciate it. Josh Jacobs or Mark Ingram. Give me Jacobs. Guaranteed floor. I know Ingram is guaranteed floor too, but Jacobs has the better matchup. Renfro or Lockett? This is a tough question. I love Hunter Renfro in fantasy. I do, especially with the whole. We're not gonna go into it, but the whole Henry Ruggs thing. There's a certain trust level that Carr has with Renfro, and he's leaning on him. Zelfer, a comment, says, I'm 5-3-1 in one of my leagues and have the most points for and against. And also everybody in the top 4 has a tie. Wow. Wow. I don't think I've ever tied in fantasy. I don't think I ever have. That is, wow. I've never seen anything like it. It's impressive. I gotta say, that's impressive. But if I do win, I'm 2 games ahead of everyone with a bye. Oh, yeah. This is a huge game for you then. Yeah. I see you. DEY, Day. I don't know what to call it. I'm going to call you Day. Day, I'll tell you that's huge. OBJ or E-Man. Go OBJ. Eli Mitchell or Darrell Williams. Go. Ooh, tough one. Darrell Williams. The Chiefs couldn't stop. Or excuse me, the Raiders couldn't stop Devontae Booker. So yeah, I would go with Williams. Swift or Eli Mitchell? Go Swift. Swift is a guaranteed start. You start Swift every single week, and for some reason, a lot of people are down on Swift. It doesn't you have to trust DeAndre Swift. He's awesome. Gotta trust DeAndre Swift. Let's see. OBJ or Van Jefferson? Go Van Jefferson. I think because Woods is out, they're going to lean on some familiarity while Beckham learns the playbook. My name's actually Brandon. Where's the nerdy kid? I don't know. He's coming on in like half an hour. He's got it. Yeah, he's got it. Let's see, Tannehill or Cousins. Yeah, I would go. I would go Tannehill. Both tough matchups, but I'd probably go Tannehill because there's the rushing touchdown upside. Yeah, I mean let's see what we got here. J.D. McKissick or Alex Collins. Give me J.D. McKissick because they're going to be down big. Knox or Pat Fryermuth. Give me Knox, especially with Ben out. PPR flex. Brian Edwards, Jacoby Myers, Russell Gage. Give me Edwards. Give me Myers. Collins or Stevenson. Give me Collins. He's the workhorse. Marvin Jones or Russell Gage. Give me Marvin Jones. Start Mike Williams, Pittman, or Lockett. I got Williams in right now. Start Pittman. Can't bench Pittman. He's awesome. Williams is going to score like 30 points today for some reason, I think. But Emmanuel Sanders, Josh Jacobs. Go Josh Jacobs. Cup or Adams. If that's what you're choosing between, then I don't know what kind of great league you're in. I'd probably go Cup. Emmanuel Sanders or Josh Jacobs. Yeah, Josh Jacobs. Mike Williams or Amari Cooper. This one's tough. I actually go Mike Williams here because Amari Cooper's been just as bad all year. Should I drop Rayshon Bateman for Van Jefferson? Ooh, that's tough, especially because Bateman seems to be coming on as of late. And I think Watkins played so poorly, they're going to lean on Bateman. Unless you need a starter this week, like right now, I would say no. Or I would say yes. But if this is a long-term move and you don't need a starter right now, don't do it because Van Jefferson is going to be not phased out, but he's going to be moved along to the side with Beckham showing up. Josh Allen or Stafford? Give me Allen. Allen versus the Jets. It's the Jets. What do you think about Deante Johnson with no Big Ben? I think he's still good for around 12 to 16 points. He did play with Mason Rudolph a decent amount because back a few years ago when Ben was hurt and he was out for the year, they had some time together. Is OBJ a good free agent to pick up? Yeah, pick him up. There's no hurt in picking up OBJ off the waivers. OBJ or Russell Gage. Now this is a tough question. This is probably the only one of the only answers I would answer with OBJ. OBJ or Russell Gage. Go OBJ. I'm assuming that's James Robinson or Dearness Johnson. Go Dearness. Robinson's a little beat up. Sanders, Kirk, or Pitts. No PPR. Go Christian Kirk. Especially because I think D-Hop's not going to play. If D-Hop doesn't play, go Kirk. Even if Murray doesn't play, go Kirk. Gallup or Stevenson. Give me Stevenson. Ayuk or McLaurin. A.J. Brown or Pittman. Gallup or Gage. Ooh, Gage. Beasley or Knox, the flex. Beasley. I like Beasley today. Cole Beasley's one of those guys where it's just receptions. He doesn't stop. He keeps going. And especially because Allen trusts him and they've had a little bit of turmoil on offense, I think that's a really good start. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody here. No, I didn't miss anybody. If I missed you, make sure you comment again because I don't want to miss any of your questions. OBJ or Van Jefferson? Go Van Jefferson. In my opinion, OBJ doesn't know the entire offense. I traded Clyde for Pittman. That's a huge W. Yo, Ben, hold that W, man. That's a great trade. Good for you. Tony Pollard or OBJ? Tony Pollard or OBJ? That's tough. Probably OBJ. James Robinson is officially active. That changes a lot. I think still Carlos Hyde will get touches. Mark Ingram or Melvin Gordon? Mark Ingram. I think Javonte Williams has a big day today. Let's see what we got. I've won by 0.4, 1, and 4 points. Wow. Wow. That's impressive. If you guys are looking in the TikTok comments, D space EY or Day, as I'm calling him, has his fantasy team is doing something crazy. I wish I was like you. I mean, all these close games, I never win. Gibson or Van Jefferson? Give me Gibson. Yeah, Wood just tore his ACL. Yeah. Honestly, Ben, you made a great trade right there. I love it. AP or Stevenson? Tough one. Give me Stevenson just because AP, I don't know how much he's going to get. Matt Prater, Harrison Bucker. Oh, yeah, we going kickers now. Give me Bucker just because divisional game. And Matt Prater might not have his quarterback. The Ball 10 on YouTube says, what do you play fantasy on? What do you prefer? So I've played on all the platforms, CBS, Yahoo, ESPN. I'm on ESPN right now. CBS is okay, a little confusing. I hate the NFL fantasy platform. Not a fan. I think Yahoo's okay. I'm thinking about moving because we have a dynasty league we do every year for a couple of members, totally unbiased here. And, there's some other ones. But what we do is we stay on ESPN because we have our legacy league. And the thing is, I think I'm going to move to Sleeper. I think Sleeper is actually the best fantasy platform. I really do. I believe Sleeper is the best platform. I would like to move my league to there next year. It's just so easy, especially if you have a recurring league. If you're doing, just random leagues just for money with people that's not the same people every year, I would say ESPN is the best one. Sutton pops off the game, I'll be upset. I sat him. I'm gonna be it's gonna be it's tough because you just never know sometimes, and especially because of how bad Sutton's been. Herbert or Dak? Justin Herbert I like better today. Justin Herbert. Wentz or Rodgers? Carson Wentz. I hate sitting Rodgers. I don't want to. But Wentz versus Jacksonville. Wentz seems motivated this week. Let's see. I almost got Judy too, but he said no. I can't believe he gave you Pittman for Clyde. That's terrible. He is terrible. Browns D or Cowboys D? That's tough. I probably would say give me the Cowboys defense versus Atlanta. I'm expecting a Cowboys bounce back today. Schultz or Hawkinson? Give me Hawkinson. San Francisco D or Minnesota D? Those are both ugly. I'd probably go San Fran. Knox or Frymouth? Go Knox. Herbert or Wentz? Go Herbert. Williams, Judy or Ingram? Go Williams, especially because it's a divisional game. They're going to throw the ball a lot. And if for some reason the Chiefs decide, hey, we're going to run the ball, that's the guy. I want Elliott to run for 300 yards and 6 touchdowns. Yeah, my friend who's a huge Cowboy fan would 100% agree with you. He is all over it. Let's see. Let's see, we got one new message. Things still, I don't know what is it. Pick 2, Knox. No. Ayuk. I'm not sure what the middle one is, but I guess I'll say Knox and Ayuk slacked because I don't know who that middle guy is. Thank you, Day. We appreciate it. Have a good one. Good luck in your matchups today. We're going to get your questions in now because we're going to end this thing a little soon because I got a guy coming on at 11:45. He's going to go take you guys up till game time. The Bald Head, I prefer Sleeper too because they give you players in trade. Yeah, I like Sleeper. I think they give you good reports. It's very easy to use. I did some research into it. I haven't used it yet, but I've done a lot of research into it. I like it. I like it better than ESPN. I think ESPN is okay. Just the color scheme's really ugly. I don't know if that's like me. I think it's stupid, but all right, let's see. Oh, Knox fans, Ayuk. Knox and Ayuk. Keenan Allen or Mike Williams, Keenan Allen. Ayuk or Eli Mitchell. Herbert, Zeke, Najee, Diggs, Pittman, Kelsey, and Dearness, 12 team. I've turned my roster around. Yeah, that's pretty good, Ben. Good for you. Yeah, remember, guys, if you want any lineup analysis, go to our YouTube right now because we're live on YouTube as well. Just click sub, and if you comment on there, I can analyze your lineup anytime you want. You can go on Instagram at Totally Unbiased, DM us. We'll answer your DM, any fantasy questions, any NFL questions. Don't worry, we got you guys on everything. Start Keenan Allen or Mike Williams. Start Keenan Allen. No problem, Slack. Thank you. Thank you for commenting. Appreciate it. Lockett or Dearness. Give me Dearness. That's easy for me. I love Dearness Johnson today. I don't think he's going to get off the field all game. Yeah, yeah, so we're kind of running to a close here, guys. I really appreciate everybody coming on. I need a flex now. I've been streaming flex. Who should I go for? It depends. I don't know what your options are. If OBJ is available, grab him. He could be a low risk, high reward. But I really think Hunter Renfrow is a great option if somehow he's on the waivers. Somehow. Yeah, I just got another Instagram follow. Yeah, follow us on Instagram. You can DM us anytime. We have 3 people who can answer you. There's 3 of us who run this stuff. You really just see my face and Aiden's face. Unless you follow the YouTube, you'll see all 3 of us. I'm Nick. Aiden's the guy who's going to be with you guys in about 15 to 20 minutes. What about in trade? If you can get David Montgomery, do it. I'm so on the David Montgomery hype train. I think he's going to be great. I honestly think he'll win you your league if you can get him for the right price. Final minute here, so let's get your last minute questions in. And listen, if I don't get to your question, DM us on Instagram or comment on a YouTube video. I'll answer it immediately. Totally unbiased. Like our handle on here is our handle on everything. So that's Instagram, that's YouTube, Twitter is YT_unbiased. We'll get into that later. Don't worry about that. Would you do Kelsey for Montgomery and Waller? That's an awesome trade. That'd be a great trade for you, especially because Waller, I think on the second half of the year, he's going up. All right, so I'm going to answer this last question from Go Brazy. Mike Williams, McLaurin, or Lockett at my flex. I would probably go with McLaurin, Terry McLaurin. He's more guaranteed points. I think Mike Williams will do better. But oh wow, Cam Newton is active. Look at that. Cam Newton is active versus the Cardinals. That's awesome. I love Cam Newton. If you guys aren't rooting for Cam Newton, I don't know what you're rooting for. Hey, maybe DJ Moore owners, maybe you'll get a little surprise Cam Newton today. All right, guys, I'm going to end it now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for watching on the YouTube. Anyone who went to the YouTube, I really appreciate it. You make us happy going to the YouTube. We love TikTok. We love streaming for you guys on TikTok. I really appreciate everything, all the comments. Thanks so much, guys. And we will catch you in about half an hour. We're going to have our other guy come in for last minute starts and sits for the 12 o'clock game or for the 1 o'clock games. Thank you so much, guys, and we'll catch you next time. Yeah, I just ended. Tyler, thank you so much. I'm still live on YouTube, not on TikTok. But Tyler, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Good luck to all you in your fantasy games, all right? And we'll catch you next time.